All right, friends, I'm bringing a 60-second ad break, and when that break is concluded, we will begin our stream proper. I hope everyone's doing excellent out there on this fine Thursday evening. For a split second, I was like, "It's Thursday, right?" It is Thursday, so that's the plan. Tonight is a model kit building on a Thursday. We're going to talk about some video games and some anime and a little bit of news. We'll talk about some wrestling and some nonsense. There's always nonsense to talk about. Um, and yeah, a little bits and pieces here. I think it's going to be a fairly casual evening, a very casual Thursday. Lasper says clearly it's Sunday, which is a bold-faced lie. That's just a rude lie from Lashbrook that I don't need to listen to. I don't need that from you, Lashbrook. Anyway, we're going to get started with the stream in just a moment or two. I would recommend that you get ready for it. It's coming your way in just a moment. Hello and welcome to the Build Bear Workshop. My name is Pat Bear. I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, the Tier 2 Blue emote in chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can throw those emotes in the chat. If you're not yet a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes. Or if you want to be a lurker, go ahead and lurk. Ghost Valve is here. Lashbrook threw the emotes in. Lashbrook said clearly it's Sunday, but Suletta Sundays. Yeah, so it's not Suletta Sunday or Witch for Mercury Monday, but it is a Thursday night for model kit building, and we are working on Suletta. Ghost Valve is here, as I said. Lashberg is here. Aristfan is here. Welcome to all of you. Welcome to the old Build Bear Workshop. Tonight's agenda, Suletta, right here. I have zoomed in more than I did for Monday's stream, so you should be able to see a little more of the details as I work with engraving stickers, which are basically dry transfers. It's basically the whole thing. They're just dry transfers. It's a fancy name for it. But we're going to try those out and see how those work. Lord Crashington says, hey, Pat, getting ready for the boiling tomorrow when it reaches 95 outside. That's too hot, Lord Crashington. I hope you're cool now. I hope everyone, I should make it for everybody. I hope everyone out there is cool and collected and feeling good. Now around here, I'm looking at my weather report going here. Looks like we're gonna get some scattered thunderstorms tomorrow, which will help keep it around the 80 degrees range. So it's not getting too hot and heavy around here. Again, same thing for Saturday. Got a lot of storms coming in, although later in the day it is going to be 87, it looks like. So, we're not hitting the 90s, but it will be that kind of rain where it's not refreshing. It's like bathwater rain, and you're like, what the fuck's going on here? What am I, in Florida? I'm not in Florida. But yeah, we got a fun agenda for the evening. Plenty of things to talk about here as we work on Suletta. We are done. I missed 87. I hear you, Flashbrook. Lord Gresham says we're supposed to get rain Saturday to cool down to about 80. Nice. So we're past here. We decided to use the face that came with it instead of using the water slides, which I am not great at doing. So we're done with the water slides. And the stickers that we're going to be working on, the engraving stickers, which barely you can't see in this camera. I'll show you on the overhead. Some of these engraving stickers do have a regular sticker equivalent, so we can try to use the regular stickers in exchange, which is nice. It's nice that exists. So we're going to try with these like dry transfer style stickers. But if that doesn't work out, then we can always just use a regular sticker in its place, which is excellent. That is just excellent to hear. Very excited about that because who knows? Who knows if I'm going to be good with this or not? I've done very little with dry transfers. These are similar to that, so we'll see. And I just got a bunch of conversations, topics for the night. You know me. I'm going to retweet my tweet over on X and see if we can get a few more friends to join us tonight. That would be nice. If we don't, that's okay. But still going well over here on the old Build-A-Bear. And all right, let's get into it. Let's go to the overhead camera. Boop. Boom. There we go. As you can see, I did zoom in a little bit here so we can get into some of the finer details. We've got our regular stickers and their equivalents over here, which are, of course, these engraving stickers. I'm going to read from the instructions here on using engraving stickers. Leave some excess space outside of the engraving pattern when cutting the stickers that are going to be used. Apply the engraving sticker along with the film, because there's basically a film over all of this, to the desired positions. Rub the film with an object with a rounded tip, such as a ballpoint pen, to firmly apply them. I will be using a spudger for that. I'm going to try it with a spudger. I think that'll work fine for that. Let's see. After applying the sticker, carefully peel back the film while checking that it has transferred. That seems important. Hey, Tony, welcome. After transferring it, hold it down with a cotton swab and fix it in place. So those are the 4 steps that we're given here. We're going to cut out using our X-Acto blade. We are going to apply with tweezers. We are going to run over with a spudger. We are going to use our X-Acto blade to peel back the film on top of the sticker, and then we will use a Q-tip to press down to lock it in place, basically, and adjust if we need to make any adjustments. We don't really get a second chance on this like you would with a water slide. And again, our second chance is the fact that there are sticker equivalents. So I am going to, and this is weird to say, remove Suletta's head to give myself more room to play around with. And we are going to start with the back stickers, because that feels like a place to figure that out. Lord Crashin says, I saw a recent photo of Dominic Mysterio, and he sure is doing the Eddie Guerrero look, though he's missing the facial hair. Yeah, he's got the mullet going. You know, he's making it happen. He's got the side shaved a little bit more than Eddie did. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely clearly the inspiration. All right, so we're going to start with the back, which are 3. Let me double check again what the numbers mean, because there's a code for these numbers. What is the sticker code? Tell me the sticker code. Okay, so the circle is engraving stickers with white here, which means that is 3 and 3. So engraving stickers 3 go on the back here. There 2 go on the back, and then 2 go on the front. All right, so I am going to kind of split the difference here in the middle. And again, I'm going to give myself some extra space here. Give myself a little room to have some extra from this. And make sure that I'm not going into the opposing sticker. And then I should be able to pop this sticker out and the film out. All right. Okay. All right, yeah, then pull the paper back. All right, I'm going to use my tweezers here. And I've got the tweezers here. I am now going to apply in the general area of where these should go on the back here. There is no markings to indicate where these should go. There's no embedded things here, so I am just going to be eyeballing it as best I can. Which, looking at the reference photo, okay, so that's on. Now I will apply pressure here. I'm going to rub the surface with this here. Again, this is my first time doing this. I don't expect it to be perfect, which is why we're starting in the back. And again, we do have the backup of using the actual just regular old stickers. If this does not work, we'll definitely applying it in some different directions here. While I am doing this, and in general, feeling different levels of confidence in this abilities here, and we'll apply the other one and give it plenty of time here. Oh, we can peel this back after this, but I should say that my D&D group has resumed. We took a long break after finishing our first campaign together, but we decided that we were going to come back together. Same DM, same group of people, completely new story. We're working in 5e, and I am proud to announce that I have a new character who his name is Doug, and Doug should probably give you some indication of that I just kind of wanted a guy. I didn't want it to be like, oh, Doug is going to be like the strongest in the world at, whatever, and like was going to be some world beater. Doug's just a dude. He's just like a dude from the mountains, and he was like, yeah, I guess I'm an adventurer, and I got some bros that I want to hang out with and see what's going on. We're going to travel the world. That seems cool. So Doug is just like in it, and he's more about the bros in a general sense. And like nature bros, like bros don't have to just be like humans and elves and whatever. Bros can be like the earth or the world, I should say, like the ground and animals and summons. Because Doug is a mountain dwarf druid. He is a druid from the mountains. He is a dwarf. He doesn't get in on that whole like smithing thing. That's never been his thing. He loves nature. He loves the mountains. He's always hoping we'll go back to the mountains because the mountains are where it's at. And originally, I thought I was going to be like a crusty. My original these turned out not bad. Okay, let's do it again. My original thought for this character was not that he was going to be. That he was going to be a healer. Originally, Doug was going to be like a mountain healer. He was going to be like a Vermont like hippie, like a guy that like has a small business that is definitely a head shop. Like there's legal weed in his town, but he still buys he still likes to support his local dealer. He knows a guy, and he's known a guy for a very long time. Like that was my original intent with Doug, was that he was just like a dude who was like, he's a healer by necessity because people kept getting hurt around him, and so he needed to help out. Like that was my first thought with Doug. But we don't need a healer in the party. We've got a paladin who is playing. She described herself as playing someone who is like, she's a paladin instead of a healer because she doesn't want to take damage. She wants to heal people, but also be able to defend herself. So she's not going to be like a frontline defender. And we have a lot of area effect. We also have a healer, and then we just have damage dealers. So we don't have anyone playing defense. And I was like, well, I can keep doing what I want to do. Like, a couple of people offered. They're like, oh, I could mix it up. I could try something else. And I was like, no, why don't I just do a different druid? Because the druid is like a very versatile class in 5e. You can do a lot of bullshit with a druid. And I was like, because I was kind of thinking, I'm like, oh, it'd be fun to be like a full healer, like crunchy, whatever. And I was like, well, I'm a mountain man druid, and I'm a dwarf. So like, I'm just out in the mountains hanging out. And I was like, well, I guess I could maybe have animal companions. That might work. I could do animal companions. I was like, wait, here's something I've never done as a druid before that I think could be really fun. I should just press down here. Y'all, I'm the tank because we don't have one, and I'm an elemental druid. eventually I will be summoning fire elementals in order to make them our damage receivers and to like be our shields. Because the basic idea is that Doug is just like, you know what? Sometimes you just need to summon your bros. Sometimes you're just like out there and you're like, I really wish my bros were here. And guess what? I can get my bros here anytime I want. And like my bros are strong and big and on fire. So that is Doug. Doug's deal is that Doug is a elemental mage, or not mage, elemental druid focusing on fire golems, basically fire elementals. Okay, so that did not transfer. That didn't transfer yet, folks. I gotta rub this more a bunch of different ways here. That came out weird. Anyway, I'm very excited to be back with this crew. We just did world building and kind of figuring out the setting and who we are. And my character came into the party. Basically, the group decision we made is that before we started, because it was like our zero session, was basically just like, okay, so Doug came across this party and they were in trouble, and Doug summoned some fire elementals to help them out, and they were like, do you want to come hang out with us? And he was like, fuck yeah, I do. And that's basically it. And the party was barely started, but everyone's just kind of figuring it out. I don't know. I like the idea of that. So that's the plan right now. We're very excited to get going on it. Again, okay. So this is not even. These two are not even, but they are applied and they didn't come off. So I'm counting that as a victory. I dry transferred these and they didn't go anywhere. And then when I do the ones in the front, I'll do my best to make sure that they are even with one another, because those are the ones you're going to be able to see. And then we also have to put on, we have 3 stickers to put on the front. We have the other parts of those here. And then we also have to put on the school logo. And actually we have 5 stickers due, because we also have to do the collar. The collar needs to go on. The collar is, and we do have we have 2 sets of stickers there. And then we have 2 school logos, so that's good. So we got to do that. We got to do that with that. Let's do the side then of the neckline here, which is 1 and 2. Okay. Yeah, that's these here. And we do have 2 shots at this, which is great. But I don't even know how these go on. I'm going to refer to the color page here. Okay, yeah, these are just going to go on like that. Okay. Do my best here. So that's my news. Very excited to get some D&D sessions in with the friends. Lovely crew I have of players, so I'm excited to see what we get up into. It'll be a good time. Let's see. Look. At any point, Elon Musk could decide that he wants @PatBear, right? He could just decide that. It would be a shame if I suddenly lost my username, but I don't lay any real claim to the old username. It's not something that I'm like, well, they can't just do that, because like, it's a private company. They can do whatever the fuck they want. I do think that just being like, @X is taken. No, it isn't. It's not taken anymore. Is a bummer. And also the fact that they didn't contact Gene, the co-founder of Orange Photography, who created @X 16 years ago. They didn't contact Gene to be like, hey, so we're changing the name of the company and we fucking need that username, bro. Because that's the name of the company, so you don't get it anymore. They didn't do that. You'd think they would, but they didn't. All right, how does this fucking look? This is the side lapel of the neck here. I'm gonna make this photo bigger for a second here. Oops, not that photo. This photo. Not that one. There we go. All right, so let me use this here to trace these lines. It goes like what? Anyway, that typically people have paid to get usernames they want on Twitter, but that's not. Yeah, that's people. That's not Twitter. Twitter hasn't paid people for usernames they would like. You know, like when Netflix thought for a second they were going to split their company in half and have Quickster, they offered the guy that had at Quickster money. But like that was Netflix, you know? Like Netflix could have also been like, "Hey, we need this username. Kick this dude to the curb for us." They could have done that, but they also understood the PR problem that would entail. Y'all, these lapels do not make sense to me at all. How these are supposed to go on and how this is supposed to look right just does not make any sense to me. I might have to do these with just regular sticker because I don't understand how this is supposed to look like that. X isn't interested in good visual. I mean, they're not. Yeah, X isn't interested in doing anything that makes sense from a business perspective. They're just at the behest of their owner. Oh, here we go. So it goes like that. Who has more money than sense. So yeah, so they're not interested in like making an appropriate choice, like doing a thing that would be helpful for the company, like doing public relations work that makes sense. So instead, you just have nonsense. Let's see. He just got a string of like letters and numbers, I should say. Basically, he said he got an email. They're like, oh, no, they just took it. And of course they can get it. But they also just gave him X123456789987765. But he can change it to a new thing, which anyone can do. All right, I'm sorry that I am struggling so hard with this, but I am really struggling trying to get these lapels to look correct. I'm going to try just the regular sticker and see how that works. Just going to try putting on the regular sticker and seeing if that will look better, or if I can actually just get it to look right. So that's sticker 8. But also, that's not the only thing here. He got some merch and to meet management if he would like. Yikes. Probably will not take them up on the offer to meet, though. Nice. But also, it's not just X. Apparently, there's of course this is a true statement here. I'm going to tell you about. There's also a fucking AI company that is going to be called XAI. So because of fucking course there is. All right, so I'm just going to use the regular sticker here on this because I couldn't figure out how to get that other sticker to look right. So I'm just going to use the regular stickers on that instead of the engraved ones. and I think that'll be fine. But I'll try the front lapels with the engraved and the logo with the engraved. But also, yeah, XIA or XAI was also just taken because that's another sub company of his. That of course it is, and of course it's XAI, not Twitter AI or anything else. Let's see. Yeah, that my account was changed without my permission. Reads English language translation of the Japanese user published on Wednesday. It seems that Elon Musk robbed me. Basically, this one, they didn't just give him a bunch of dumb numbers. Or this person, I should say. Basically, they added an underscore. So they just added an underscore to this person. Now, what would have happened to had either of these people had Twitter Blue? It's like if they had been paying Elon Musk $8 a month, would he have done this? I mean, probably yes, but maybe they would have reached out. Japanese user who had that tells Mashable he was offered nothing, and he didn't even get the email. The at X person, Gene, got an email. Apparently, this person did not. Received a DM saying Elon is taking my account. The user is supposed to screenshot. Let's see. Yeah. Apparently, yeah, this happened in late June, most likely. And apparently they are a separate corporation from X Corp, which is now the owners of Twitter. You know, the name of it. They're like, oh, no, we're a separate company. Don't worry about it. But we're going to work closely with them. It's like, cool. All right, let's try to put another sticker on this kit here. Then we can get back to building this kit. We need sticker 4. So we're going to try to use this engraving sticker here. I have a better understanding of how that's supposed to look. I can make my image small again here so you can actually see what I'm doing. I forgot to do that, and I apologize. But yes, I did get these stickers on here. I'm using the regular stickers on there because I did not understand how those side stickers were supposed to go on there. It didn't look right to me. But this one will look more accurate. Go in there. So yeah, that's some nonsense. Of course, look, I have made the decision. I'm not going to get into Elon Musk deciding that some people should have an account and should not be blocked for violations of their own accounts. I'm obviously, you know me, you know that I am opposed to that. To Elon just being like, hey, here's the policies that are clearly defined. It doesn't fucking matter, though. Like, I'm opposed to that because I think that sucks. You knew that I thought that would suck. You might not have guessed a particular group that also thinks that sucks, that what Elon is doing sucks. And that group is r/law. That's right. The Reddit, the subreddit for law, filled with lawyers and legal advice and all kinds of things. They're like, hey, we're not going to allow any links to Twitter because we could be liable for that. Because they're no longer trust and safety on Twitter got basically completely removed, and they stopped paying the vendor that scans for child sex abuse material, the CSAM, that has been circulating on Twitter recently. And of course, they're like, hey, so because of that, we're just not going to risk it. If you're a reporter editor, stop embedding links to Twitter in any of your content. Do not, under any circumstance, post any link that leads directly to that, of course. But yeah, basically, they're just like, hey, from a legal standpoint, we're just like not taking any risks when it comes to Twitter, which I think is valid. I think it is valid and reasonable for them to be like, you know what, fuck off, we're not doing it. And I could see a lot of sites making it their policy to not allow for Twitter embeds since the material, since there's just so much risk of the material being rotten to the core. Understandable. And then there's just a small little thing, to end our conversations about Elon. There was an article at Ars Technica about Tesla exaggerating EV range so much that drivers thought cars were broken, and then they created the diversion team to cancel appointments to get cars checked out because they were getting too many requests for appointments, because the problem was, of course, there was no problem with the vehicle. The problem was with the estimates that they were giving, as far as, because they wanted people to think that Teslas can drive longer. And then when that wasn't happening, they wanted to gaslight the people evangelizing Tesla who own Teslas by being like, nah, you're crazy. What are you talking about? It very much is, yeah. The directive to present the optimistic range estimates came from Tesla chief executive Elon Musk. The person said Elon wanted to show good range numbers when fully charged. When you buy a car off the lot, seeing 350 mile, 400 mile range, it makes you feel good. Last year became so inundated with drive range complaints, they created a special team to cancel owners' service appointments. So basically, they were just like, well, if they can't get a service appointment, then they can't find out what the problem is, and they can't find out that we're the problem. All right, I'm going to admit, that looks pretty great. These dry transfers look pretty neat. I'm looking forward to seeing how it looks in a photograph when all of this is done. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it so far. And applying these is not terrible, other than me not understanding where a couple of those stickers need to go. And of course, these are going to be easier to apply because I've already done 2 of them already. So, and we do have some extras. The fact they gave you extras is really nice. I'm really pleased with that about these. That is a pinhead, yes. I'm making my life easier by not putting her head on as I try to apply stickers to her uniform. And therefore, Suletta does not have a head right now. She's headless. It's fine, though. She'll have a head soon. She just doesn't have one right now. I'm going to make it happen. Okay, is this enough for me to... There we go. I'm like, this piece, there's like one part that's not cut out yet, and I'm like not sure where. Oh, there it is. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now the goal is to get these applied here at the top and have them line up properly. So, and also have them not stick to the other sticker. All right, we'll do it like that. It's good. I just got to apply it so it doesn't go anywhere here. Let's see. Automotive testers and regulators continue to flag the company for exaggerating the distances vehicles can travel before the batteries run out. Tesla Model 3 driver said was sometimes getting less than half of his 2021 vehicle advertised range of 353 miles, particularly in cold weather, leading him to believe the car had a serious defect. He booked a service appointment a few months ago, but later received 2 text messages telling him that remote diagnostics had determined his battery is fine, and then we would like to cancel your visit. So they didn't just cancel it; they were basically like, "Hey, we looked at it from here, and it's good," which of course does not leave you with any recourse. Like all you can do is try to make another appointment, which they will then again tell you everything is fine. So you just have to deal with that, which sucks, obviously. There's nothing good about it. It's all shit. All right, let's get this down here. Let's see. Team members, apparently the diversion team often closed hundreds of cases a week, and staffers were tracked on their average number of diverted appointments per day. So basically, like, there were incentives of your job to cancel these appointments, to just be like, yeah, you got to tell these people they not to come in. Managers allegedly told employees in late 2020 to stop running remote diagnostic tests on vehicles of owners who had reported range problems, speeding up the process. So basically, if the reason why they wanted an appointment was range problems, they were like, don't even bother running the diagnostic. We know there's not a problem. Just cancel it. Just say you did it. Not even going through the fake the process and saving the diagnostic for other things, which is shitty, clearly. Supervisors also told employees to call a customer once and close the case as unresponsive if there was no answer. So basically, just call them, and if they don't immediately pick up, just be like, yeah, no, we tried. When customers did respond, advisors were told to try to complete the call no more than 5 minutes. Yeah. None of this is surprising. All of this is shit. Sounds like the recent Cigna controversy where they just denied as many requests as fast as they could. Yes. Yeah, just doing that. Yeah, just being like, hey, we're just going to, hey, when in doubt, just say no. Actually, that's policy. Our policy is to just fucking say no all the time for everything. Forever. Just don't do it. Despite his appointment being canceled, one person brought his car to a service center in Santa Clara. He just was like, well, I'm just going to fucking show up. He told Reuters the visit lasted 10 minutes and the technicians didn't even look at the car physically. A technician at the center told him his car was fine, but they didn't even look at it. Which also doesn't surprise me. Yes. Yeah, basically. And with Tesla, it's just like, there is no solution. Because the thing is that there is no problem. They just lied. Like, there's no problem with the car other than the fact that you're just not going to ever get the performance you were promised. And, like, you have to also remember that some people just wanted a nice electric car, right? They just wanted the supercharging. They wanted the part of the infrastructure. They wanted the car. They don't care about Elon Musk. There are people like that, of course. There are also people out there who really fucking like Elon Musk. Their stands for Elon Musk. So they want to support him. And for them, I'm sure it didn't even occur to them that they might have been lied to. So they were just like, no, the numbers you say, my car's not living up to that promise. Like, there's something wrong with the car because I'm not getting the numbers you said I should have. And like, there's got to be something wrong with it. And I bet it doesn't even occur to them that they got fucking duped, because why would they ever psychologically want to acknowledge that they have been deceived by Elon Musk? In January, South Korea's antitrust regulator fined Tesla $2.2 million, saying the company exaggerated the driving ranges of the cars on a single charge, their fuel cost effectiveness compared to gasoline vehicles, as well as the performance of its superchargers. South Korean agency said in cold weather, actual mileage was reduced to up to 50.5% compared to what had been advertised. So, yeah, obviously, if it's cold where you are, don't get a Tesla unless, you're aware of what your range is actually going to be. Okay, let's see if we can remove the sticker, and then we will be done with dry transfers if I did this right. If I didn't do this right, I have 2 more chances to do it right with 2 other stickers, and then I also have the regular sticker. So if I didn't get this right, I can do with 2 other ones, and if I did get it, I did get it right. Okay, great. Great, lapels are done. Let's just kind of press this down a little bit here. We're going to press down on all of these. These should theoretically, because they're dry transfers, last longer than the collar stickers. These should work for far longer. So that'd be great. Juno says, "Hi ho, Pat. I see you're building a Tanuki." Yes, we are building a lady. We are using some stickers here that are basically dry transfers, and they're just not called that. There are 2 stickers left. I don't know where these go. 2 regular stickers, but we are done doing the engraved stickers, these dry transfers. So that's excellent news. Now we can get back into model kit building. The thing I do on this channel. We can do that, and we can start building the rest of the uniform. We'll throw the head on there, and I'm just going to try to avoid touching all these stickers. But her head is on, and now we can work on the other parts here. We can move on. Yeah, so that was some Tesla bullshit. It's some real bullshit. I have a quick news update for y'all. If you have ever been interested in checking out the seminal work, Slam Dunk, the creators of Slam Dunk, the creators of the anime version of Slam Dunk, Toei, have started. They started this actually, I believe, a couple weeks ago or a week ago. Toei's official YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@Toei, Toei animation. I believe that is the full US. Toei Animation US. I will put a link in the chat here. So you can find this here in the Twitch chat. You can also find it in the archive as well. The first 11 episodes have been uploaded for Slam Dunk, the TV series. And they are going to be adding more episodes regularly, I believe. Yes. Weekly. So basically, they put up the first 10, and then every episode after that goes up weekly. Slam Dunk is the piece of media so good, it started a revolution. Hey, Nathan, welcome. It is one of those examples of a thing that is so cool that Japanese society changed fundamentally because of it. When I tell you that Slam Dunk was such a popular manga that people started fucking playing basketball in a country not known for basketball. It is the second ever manga about basketball. It was a huge hit, a cultural phenomenon. It also came out, it's a perfect storm. So the perfect storm of youth basketball taking over Japan is two-prong. The two-prong attack, right? The perfect storm. One of these things happens, it needs the other as well. One is kids reading a Slam Dunk and being like, this sport seems cool. And adults watching basketball on TV. Because this manga came out during, around the same time as Japan deciding that it was going to air a lot of the Olympics on television. And the Dream Team happened. Crazy good Olympic basketball happened. And then, so people were watching basketball on TV, and their kids were reading, and some of the kids were watching, but the kids were reading about basketball. And then people were just like, how come we can't play basketball? So youth centers started importing basketball hoops and basketballs. And there were unofficial teams started up, community teams. and pick-up basketball games started happening, and they knew the rules from the manga, and then people were getting, official rules and all that. And then what happens when a sport picks up? Eventually, kids in school are like, hey, could we play basketball? And then people were like, I guess we'll put in some basketball hoops, and I guess we'll get some basketball courts, and we'll be the first high school in Japan, to have basketball, and we'll play this other school. These other schools are going to get it, and like, oh well, turns out we've got a good basketball team here, and we're attracting people from all over Japan to play basketball at our school. Like, well, we also need to have that and all that. And it became a cultural phenomenon because the Dream Team kicked ass, of course, but also because Slam Dunk was a great manga. And then they made an anime of it. And there's a movie that came out or is coming out. So Toei is putting up on their YouTube channel. You can watch it, youtube.com/Toei Animation US. It is hard-baked subtitles, so you get the English subtitles. It's a lovely, cool series. I am not a sports guy. Y'all know me when it comes to anime. I like some sports anime. Most of the reason I like it is because it's like very 90s. Like everyone's hair is incredible. Is some of it problematic? Yeah. I mean, like, it's some of the first times that Japan saw African American men in manga. Because of course there have been black folks in manga throughout the years, but particularly those are African folks, whereas these were African American. And so, like, there's a lot of stereotypes that suck shit, and suck shit then. Like, there were plenty of people that were like, well, I know one black guy in Japan, and he's not like that. This sucks. Like, there were letters to Shonen Jump about, like, hey, this sucks. Like, it's not, don't get twisted. This isn't woke culture going bonkers in this modern age. But yeah, some of it doesn't hold up. But you could also argue that that's still the case to this day. I read some, and it doesn't just involve Japan. A style of manhwa that I read a lot of is the hunters, the like, oh, the world has changed, there are dungeons, but like, don't worry, the world has formed hunter associations to take on these threats, like basically guilds. There is such a high likelihood that if there is a guild that sucks, it is from Japan. Like, it is embedded in South Korean comics that if there is going to be a country that tries to fuck over South Korea or the world with their selfish hunters, it's not America like you might expect. It's Japan. It's a strange phenomenon. Understandable in some ways, but strange. Hey, Rara's here. We returned from the back rooms. The Goof Cat raided. Thank you very much, the Goof Cat. Appreciate the raid. Rara's here. Thank you for coming in on this raid. Welcome, everybody. The back rooms are awesome. I live there now. Hell yeah, the Goof Cat. So we did some stickers. We did the water transfers, the water slides on Monday, and it didn't go great. We did the dry transfers today, and those went well. You know what? I'll even zoom in a little more. Get a little bit more in here. So this sticker here is a dry transfer, and it looks pretty great. The school logo, that's a dry transfer. These bars are a dry transfers here, and those turned out good. And then we did the bars on the back, one of which is up too high. But these are the first ones we did. So I'm okay with these not being perfect because they're on the back of the kit. And then these stickers that are here those are regular stickers because I didn't understand how the other ones were supposed to look. They just didn't feel they seemed like they were backwards, which was probably just me being bad or not understanding. But yeah, and then we went with the face that is the one that came with the kit. So because the water slides that I did on Monday, I wasn't happy with the results. I have a face here. I was not happy with this face. This combination of stickers didn't do it for me. So we went with the subdued face that she has. I kept it, but I didn't like how the water turned out. Well, we'll zoom out a little bit as we continue. Yeah, I think overall this kit is looking real good. We will panel line it when it's all done. There won't require a lot of panel lining to be done on this kit, but we'll do a little to freshen up. I do also know. No, this is not a glue kit. This is all snap. Yes, that's why I'm keeping this face because we can always use the alternate face. This is a snap kit, so obviously the stickers are going to here, but everything else, like I can remove parts. We can take the head off if we need to take the head off for fine tuning and all that. Dirty just used the channel points for yeah. That's 25,000 channel points. Thank you for using. Oh, well, that's the wrong one. I pressed the wrong button. Thank you for using my most expensive channel points. Here you go. Yeah. Yeah. I just pressed the button that says yeah. Thank you for using the channel points. I'm hitting the dance button by request of Lord Crashington. And then when this is done, Ghost Valve, I will, of course, hit the yeah button. And we'll get into that. This funky music that I got through Steam Deck. Oh, and Rauro wants me to drink water and ring the bell. Okay. So we'll let that fade. Then, yeah. Then ringing an actual real bell that I have. I gotta, and then I'm gonna drink some water. Thank you for hitting that. Yeah, indeed. I need to get a cowbell already. Hell yeah. I love having a physical bell. It's very silly. I had a gong for a while. When my roommate moved out, he left a decorative gong. Like I'm sure he got it as like a gag gift or something, or he bought it for a comedy sketch. But I had a physical small gong for a little while there. And then I didn't like... There was just a point where I was like, hey, I don't like hitting this gong. That's weird. I don't like doing this. So instead I bought a bell because that felt better. You have whistles and a clown horn. What about triangle? A triangle is good. That's a fun one. Cowbell is like... that. It's a good time, right? Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So I was just like, I don't know. So I like having that bell. I could have gotten a bell that you just like jing, like the counter bell, but I liked having the ring if you need me bell. I thought that was a funny visual. Yeah. Oh, the marching band symbols. Finger symbols could be fun. The little like finger chimes. That could be a fun thing. I like having a physical object, and then also I like using buttons on my Stream Deck. Not my Steam Deck, my Stream Deck. I like having buttons on a Stream Deck that I can just press and then sound effects happen. That is fun for me. That is a good time. Let's continue working on this kit. I think I'm done talking about Slam Dunk. But yeah, Slam Dunk is a... You can watch the first 11 episodes on Toei's US YouTube channel with baked-in subtitles, and that's cool. If you've ever wanted to watch an old anime about an older manga about how cool basketball is. But once again, it is a thing that changed Japan. And I love when something is so good, it can change the culture. That is a cool thing about anime and manga and all kinds of things. You know, we've talked about how the town that the mangaka for Conan is basically like, that's their tourism, is that it's Conan Town. It's the place where the guy who made Conan and also the guy who made a bunch of other stuff, but that's the thing he's most known for. Like that's a whole there's a whole industry around that. Like um uh there's that manga about or sorry the anime about pottery that was co-produced in association with the town as a tourism thing. It literally the anime was a short. It was like a 12 episode anime episode, and then there'd be the voice actors hanging out in that town, like visiting real sites from the anime, and basically just selling Japan on, hey, come visit our place. Is it make a mug? Let's make a mug. I believe that is the title, or let's make a mug too, something like that. But that was basically just like literally an anime sponsored by tourism. I live in a ground floor apartment with only base penetrates through the walls, so that stuff is much less hazardous for me. Like I said, a high pass filter on my speakers at 10 p.m. It's all good. Nice. Yes, talking about Conan Town, there is a photo when Conan O'Brien went to Japan. He did go to Conan Town to find out what was going on with Detective Conan. AKA Case Closed, if you know the U.S. title of that anime. But he wanted to know what's going on with this kid named Conan, boy detective who's not really a boy. It's like, what's happening here? What is this? Why is there a Conan Town? It's very good. But yeah, I mean, like, Laid Back Camp increased sales of campgrounds around Mount Fuji did better because the Laid Back Camp anime made camping seem cool. And more people were like, you know what? I've never camped at a lake near Mount Fuji. We should do that. And Saga's tourism went up because there's an anime about zombies who become idols. And their idol thing is that they're proud of being from Saga, a place that people don't ever say the nicest things about, or think about. Really, honestly, it's not that they're mean about Saga; it's they don't think about Saga. An anime about how good and like how you should be proud to be from Saga it's a fucking anime about zombie girls who are trying to fool people into thinking they're not zombies, singing songs about how cool the place they're from is, and the people of Saga are thrilled by that. One of the girls is trans, and they do a fucking, like, I obviously lived experience, I cannot say that they're doing an excellent job. I can say from an outsider's perspective, it's like a really nice interpretation of like, there's like one girl who finds out and is shitty for like 2 minutes, and everyone else is like, hey, don't be shitty. And she like comes around pretty quick. But like, one of the characters is like, her dad was like a construction guy and all his friends are all tough. But like, they kind of immediately see, oh, that's my dead daughter is now an idol. Okay, we're all very supportive of this. It's like, Zombieland Saga is such a weird show. The end of the second season, I refuse to spoil it. The end of the second season is such a bizarre, insane non sequitur. They got permission to go over time. They went longer than a normal episode length to include just like one of the weirdest, like, and it's it. That's it. And like, what? Wait, cliffhangers I've ever seen in an anime. It's awesome. That series is lovely and supportive. But like I said, it's a really weird show. But the people of Saga were so thrilled that because it's a show about idols, the voice actors of the characters did a road tour. And they sold out every show in Saga. Because the entire prefecture was just like, yeah, we are so thrilled that this exists and that you're here. We're gonna show up, which is awesome. It's a very cool, weird thing. But yeah, I always like that. There's just something about it, about those shows. And now, like I said, there's Usagi-chan, Hana, yeah, from that show Wants to Hang Out. I forget her other name, but her first name is Hana. They do like a couple episodes that are clear. They do an episode in season 2 of that show that is clearly sponsored by a location, because the whole Uzaki, thank you, Ghostval. Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, which is Uzaki Hana. There's an episode in the second season that is not based on the manga where they go to a indoor water park that also has like a wine bath and all kinds of things and massages. It's like a park for the whole family, and the whole episode is about how that place is cool. That's a real place that paid money to be sponsored, to be showcased, and some of the backgrounds are watercolor painting over real photos that you can see on the website of that place. And it's just like, I mean, that's ballsy, but sure, like, all right, okay, all right, anime, okay, all right. So I'm trying to be not descriptive about this, about while I'm building this kit here. We have now completed the butt. I built the butt. This is I said this previously. This is the third kit that I have built that is a lady. I built Android 18 and Bulma. I built 2 versions of Bulma, and Android 18 and now Suletta Mercury. I don't build the robots that are ladies. There's lots of those out there, and you might not know this. They're very expensive. That's not the reason why I don't build robot ladies that have like high heels and big guns and also big guns. That's the reason that I don't have those kits and build those kits is not because they're very expensive. It's because it's just weird. It's just weird. It's just like a weird thing. Like, I'm going to panel line the front here. I guess I'm going to panel line the butt. I guess I'm going to. I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like that I'm going to do that. I'm going to do here. I'm just adding a little bit of gray marker on the white just to get a little more definition. There's not a lot of panels on this kit. Mostly it's overlapping plastic. So I'll do a little bit here and there. I'm going to hit black on the tie. But like, yeah, I'm going to do this here. I'm just going to do right down there. And that's all I'm going to do on that. And that felt weird to do. Should I get over myself? Sure, I should. But, it's still weird. Still a weird thing. I did put a marker down a panel line that you would be accurate to say is a butt crack. That's just the thing I did. It's the thing that I had to do on this kit. I don't need a panel line, but it does make, model kits pop. So, I don't know. The next thing I'm going to be working on when this kit is done, which will not be this stream, but we'll get close to it. We'll finish this up on Saturday. I'm going to build something from a company called Mold King. Mold King are knockoff Lego. They're not Lego, but it's like a Lego. I'm going to build a not Lego car. I'm building the AE86 from Initial D by Mold King. They make a lot of vehicles from animes and manga and such. And I don't know if this is going to be good or not, but I'm going to make it. I bought this with my own money. I didn't know humans had panels. Yep, we got panel lines. Right? Yeah. So it's just like a knockoff Lego set of a cool car. I assume it has stickers. Uh, and they have a line. They've got the cars you would want from Initial D, uh, which is cool. I could have also bought a clear plastic case for it if I wanted it to be encased, but I didn't want to buy that because that seems silly to buy both of those. Oh wait, no. There is a box. There's a presentation box. It says presentation box included. Apparently, I did buy the one that comes with the box. There's a better version of the box that I could buy. That's right. So I get the presentation box, apparently. I love that they're making new 86 like they make things efficient and give it modern tech. Yes, exactly. Yes, the 86 updates. Real quick, I'm going to do a kind of a speedy version of the pause for the cause, but I do like to be able to do these, so I will. This is my opportunity, to chat with y'all about ways you can support the channel. Everything I'm going to mention here is optional. You don't have to do any of these things, and we'll get through it pretty quickly, like I said. First and foremost, if you're currently a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. Appreciate that. Appreciate everyone's subscriber. Obviously, again, optional, but you don't see ads. You don't, you don't have a pre-roll come in when you show up. You get to have cool emotes. 3 of which are me. Like, 3 of which were me, and 1 of which is the name of the channel. Build with Bear. I got the Bear Cave. You're in the Bear Cave. But yeah, those emotes are all done by Xandra, who rules. It's very fun that I have paid for a friend of mine to make me into things. That's just fun. That's just a fun thing that happened. That's not the only way to support me here. You could use Cash Money. You could use your token because you linked your Amazon account with your Twitch. You get that Twitch token. You could gift a sub to somebody in the community if you want to do that. Bits are also always appreciated if you want to cheer. You could join my Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear. There's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. The thing I always say is I make the most money on Patreon. Your $1 or $3 or $5 or $10 goes, I get the most of that on Patreon. But on the other hand, if you become a subscriber, you don't see ads. So that benefits you the most, really. So Patreon, I get a little more money, but over on here on Twitch, it's way more beneficial for you. So, wherever you want to do it, or neither. I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/PatBear. I put videos there. We'll link a couple videos here in a minute. Over on YouTube, you can become a member there. Subscribing is free. Membership's $2 a month. You get one of my videos a day early. So, I don't know. See if that's something you want to do. Those are all monthly ways to support me, but also there's one-time donations. Everything I make goes into a fund, and out of that fund, I buy model kits to continue to build. I am building Suletta right now because I had money in that fund, and I saw that it was on sale. This kit was very expensive and dropped in price, and I picked it up because I was like, that would be odd to build, and I like Suletta a lot. So yeah, I was able to do that. Now, I have a backlog. Like I said, the next kit that I want to build is that knockoff Lego car. There's a way to jump the queue. So I don't build the kits in my backlog, and instead I build the thing you want me to build. You can go to my Amazon wish list and buy something there. I've got inexpensive Lego sets, inexpensive model kits, expensive Lego sets, expensive model kits, stuff that never seems to be on sale, stuff that's always on sale, that is free shipping or whatever, weird kits, cool kits, old kits, new kits, all kinds of stuff you could buy. Very expensive kits that I don't expect you to actually buy, but maybe someday somebody will want to buy one. And they'll be like, yeah, Pat, build the Gundam Seed Eclipse. Here you go. Build that Master Grade. I don't know why you would, but you can. It's nice to have some options there. And then I've got some gear because sometimes people just want to support, but they don't know what to buy. I do have a throne wish list. That's my Amazon alternative. There's some model kits there. There's some gift cards on that list. There's also the ability, hey, you could just buy something and it'll get sent to me. I turned on surprise gifts. I don't think it's a good idea, but I did it. If you wanna fucking buy something that's non-pornographic from there, and like buy me protein powder, you could buy me protein powder if you wanted to. I don't know what I would do with it, but you could do that because I'm pretty sure they sell or energy. I know they sell energy powder. I don't know if they sell protein powder there, but like there's a lot of shit. You could just buy me something weird, and it'll come to me in the mail. That's thrown. And then you could buy a gift card to USA Gundam Store. You get a gift card code in your email. You send me a whisper here on Twitch. Don't send me a DM on Twitter because who the fuck knows how long that's going to even be possible. I've never hit my limit, but it's totally possible that'll happen. And you could always join my Discord if you want to support me for free. A couple videos for you to check out. I will have a new Pat Bear's Anime Club coming up on Monday. The most recent one that exists out there is, of course, my look at all of the isekai that are out this season. There are 8 isekai, new and returning. I talk about all of them and let you know if I'm watching them or not. And I've kept up with all the ones I'm talking about. If I'm watching all the ones I thought I would be. And then Barely Rehearsed, Raura mentioned it earlier. Get ready with me. It is my take on the... I'm using Blue Sky now. It's basically Twitter 2010. Yeah, Blue Sky is pretty early Twitter. We haven't quite figured all our shit out Twitter. Although, you would imagine they should have figured their shit out because it's some of the same people making some of the same mistakes. But anyway, Barely Rehearsed is an ongoing video series where I write and record a comedy piece. I do my best to do it, to at least rehearse a couple times to be barely rehearsed. This particular video is the like get ready with me like Instagram reel / TikTok kind of trend. I did one. It's my take on it. It's a comedy piece. It's fun. I thought it would turn out good. So yeah, check that out. We're going to talk about some anime in just a minute here. Let me get this ready. And I need to drink some water. I'm going to take a nice long drink. I'm also going to take my meds because it's 10 p.m. So it's time to do that. And you could drink some water, stretch out a little bit, do whatever you need to do. We'll be back in just a second with more Model Kit as we dramatically transition to the overhead right now. All right. Anime. It's not just for me anymore. Other people watch it. Some people even like it. Weird, right? Anyway, we're going to work on this right arm of this model kit from an anime. Holy shit, Boxo got kidnapped, y'all. Reborn as a Vending Machine, I Now Wander the Dungeon is on Crunchyroll. It is an anime about a person who was a big fan of vending machines, which is a thing that exists. And this vending machine obsessed person died and got reincarnated in a fantasy world as a vending machine. They're inside. He's inside a giant dungeon. He meets a very strong girl named Lamis, who is just like, I want to take you to my friend, who's really like an expert on machines and magic and will understand what your deal is. Boxo is like, this is my number one customer. That's great. And also like starts thinking about oh, well, I need to make money in order to have points in order to survive. So I do need customers. But thieves, including a guy that who tried to break into him previously, holy Hannah, you called you called the next type of machine transformation last week. Indeed. They want to get the silver that's inside of him, so they kidnap him. He wants everyone to understand he bought a certain item by mistake. Yeah. So Boxer gets kidnapped. And they also, because they don't know how to get the silver out, they kidnap a magic item engineer. And that's the person that was mentioned previously in the show. That's Lammis's friend, Hulme. Is an expert, and like she and Boxo immediately bond, and she's just like, wait, this is a possessed thing. Like, I don't know what a vending machine quite is, but I do know there's a human soul in there, which is nice. It's nice to be understood. They bond, and that night the thieves are going to attack Humley, and then Boxo dispenses pornographic magazines. Boxo convinces the thieves to not do some dumb shit by giving them pornography. They're just Boxo became that kind of vending machine, and it was bound to happen. That is a funny solution to our problem. The thieves leader is like, hey, you open Boxo in 2 days or you're dead. And right before the deadline, Lammis attacks. Everyone in the Hunters Association also shows up because, of course, the Hunters Association, like, some of them survived, like, because of Boxo. Like, Boxo helped them fight a bunch of stuff, and, like, also hot meals come out of Boxo. So, like, nah, this isn't going to happen. The attacks set off a bunch of explosives, and Boxo and Hulme get buried under rubble, but Boxo makes a shield. And then the shield, of course, you need more points to use the shield. The shield expands because Hulme understands the importance of shoving a bunch of gold that they take from the thieves into Boxo to power it up. Lammis is reunited with Boxo and Hulme, which is great. I forget how to say. There's a hunter who was like kind of shitty that aided. That's a guy from Menagerie of Fools. That is an adventurer that they met previously to help out with another thing. Did it for free. They didn't have to pay him to help out because he still wants Boxo and Lammis to join the guild so he can achieve his dream. Because basically Boxo, besides even the defense magic, Boxo is like a support. You know, Boxo's doing lots of defense out there, making shit happen. And is important to have on the squad, basically. Okay, so this is arm there. They want me to like build the arms and the legs, and then so it's like this. They do this thing. I hate this in the instruction manual here, where here's the right arm. Instead of going down on one page, the right arm starts here and goes all the way across. I'm not a big fan of that. Anyway, this episode of Reborn is a Vending Machine, A+. We had a new character who was fun. It's always nice to have an addition of a new character. Her understanding, like figuring out Boxo and kind of understanding Boxo on like a spiritual level is nice. That is a nice thing and kind of needed because you could imagine this show getting a little stale. I don't think it's going to get really stale, but like at a certain point, I'm going to widen out here. Yeah. At a certain point, you could imagine it getting a little like, yeah. How many different things can happen when your main character is a vending machine? But it was good. The Great Cleric. So I was wondering if we were going to get this stuff. So Great Cleric is about a dude that died. He had unfinished business. It is boilerplate in many aspects, right? Main character died. Gets reborn. Wants to be a healer so that he can always protect himself and heal himself, but also he wants to make a difference in the world, in this world, and he feels like healing is something he could do. The Healers Guild in the manga, it was way more blatant that the Healers Association was way more corrupt. In the anime adaptation, which is obviously adapted from the light novel, this came up now, but it feels like, oh, it's not that the association is crooked, it's that certain individuals who left it are crooked, because you can charge whatever you want for healing, because what are they going to do? Die instead? So a lot of people go into debt, medical debt. Great, fun. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Oh, pardon me. So our dude is just like, okay, well, I don't have enough money to start a clinic, and also, thank you, Guswell. Also, I want to be able to help everybody. We find out in this world, we find out in this episode that even though this country that they're currently in, is the only country that's outlawed slavery, other countries still have slaves. So some people get put into servitude in other countries because they can't pay their bills, their medical bills. So what ended up happening was a lot of young adventurers just died. They just had life-threatening injuries, and then they never really got treated, and their quality of life went down, or they ended up quit being adventurers. So our dude is training in self-defense in exchange for healing anyone that comes through. And they also know that our guy, Lucille, will heal beast people. He will heal demi-humans with no problem, which not everyone will do. Some people are prejudiced against demi-humans, and he's not. It probably helps that, there are demi-humans that he works with, 2 wolf guys. We meet one of them in this episode. And also, one of the receptionists at the Adventurers Guild is a bunny girl that he likes a lot. So he's like, okay, well, he can't have a negative opinion about them, but he also just doesn't. So yeah, Lord Crashington, the fantasy part is they're animal people and they're cool. Yeah, the part where the Healers Guild or the Healers Association does whatever they want and can get away with it is unfortunately a little too real. So in this episode, the guy that has been training him, Bort, is like, hey, you're going to have a couple days off, and I got stuff for you to do. And one of them is butchering of the monsters. He's like, that'll toughen you up. You'll start to understand some of the monsters. And so we meet Golgar, who is the... Golgar is the wolfman who is the head chef. And his older brother, Galba, is the head butcher. And he's very soft-spoken. And seemingly pretty nice. He seems like... I would describe him as a pretty cool dude. So we learned that. Lucille is pretty humbled by butchering. Like, he's eaten meat his whole life, but he hasn't really thought about where it comes from and all that. And he has some mental fatigue, probably built up from this year of doing all these things. He's studying with Nanella, who is the guild employee who is Bunny. She's giving him world instructions of world knowledge so that he knows a little bit more about the world around him, because he claims that he's like, oh, I'm from a very isolated village and I didn't learn about a lot of stuff, which is the general code that people give when they're like, I'm a reincarnated character that didn't grow up as from a baby in this world and has no real connection to what's going on. So we need to figure out a lie for me to say. The easiest lie is, oh, I'm from an isolated place and I didn't really learn anything. We got a sticker here we got to put on. There's no fancy version of the sticker. This is just a band that goes around here. This is just the cuff of the shirt of the uniform. So we'll just fold that around. There. And then we'll press it down. That looks fine. All right. Let's see. So, yeah, he's learning a bunch of different stuff. He goes shopping for new clothes because after 6 months, he's bulked up a bit from his survival training, enough that he needs new clothes. So he and the bunny girl go out to see some clothes, and on the way back, they discover a woman who's been stabbed and left for dead. She has been poisoned, and that's when we realize, hey, wait, that's the girl from episode 1. That's Monica, who was from the Healer Association. She was very nice and kind to him at that time. Anyway, she is poisoned by a mercenary, and we get a dump. We get an information dump on a bunch of storyline stuff. That we get some world building here. We hear about a character named Bodakuli. Bodakuli is he runs the most well-known clinic in town. He recently sold a girl into slavery who could not pay her bills. That girl was friends with Monica, and Monica vocally opposed to this and what's been happening here. And Monica was targeted, clearly. So she was, able to be saved, and they're at the Adventurer Guild, and then they're like, hey, why don't you just stay here? So Monica ends up becoming a receptionist at that guild and staying there for safety. There's also an event where her attacker is caught, but of course doesn't say who hired him, and we don't know. We can't tie it back, of course. So that's basically the case isn't really. The case is closed, but it's not resolved. Meanwhile, a bunch of adventurers get hurt and some life-threatening, and our boy saves a bunch of them, but passes out. And while he's passed out from using so much mana, some other people die, and that still weighs heavy on him. He's stronger than he was before, but he is not, he only knows cure and heal. He needs to buy books in order to learn better spells, and he can't do that at the guild studying. So it's time for him to leave, and that is where we end this episode, is him saying goodbye, that he is heading out to go do something else. And we don't quite know what the idea is, that he's going to find work in a clinic, and then he will eventually open up his own clinic where he can help people, and then make money to be able to get better spells to help more people. That's basically his ambition at the moment. And that's where we end this episode. And I know, because I've read a lot of this manga, things don't go exactly how he would like. So we'll see more of that soon. Let's do open hands here. Yeah, we need this. And we'll need this. And then this. Great. We have completed one arm. One arm is done. I'm going to panel line this arm, and then we'll pop it on the kit here. We're just going to use some gray. And then Helk. Helk is on High Dive. Oh, I should say, Great Cleric is on Crunchyroll. Helk is on High Dive. Helk is about the Demon Lord has been defeated. That was before the series started. And there is a grand tournament held by the Heavenly Kings, who are like the right hand men and women of the Demon Lord. They got to decide who the next Demon Lord's going to be. And there's a whole competition, and a bunch of demons show up. And also, a guy named Helk shows up. And then we find out in backstory, he's like, I hate humanity. I want to destroy them. And the demons are like, hell yeah. Helk's so strong and cool. He should definitely win this and help us take out the humans. They're like, hey, don't you think that's fucked up? Why is this guy turned his back on humanity? Well, he's wanted, apparently, for the murder of his brother, who was the hero that defeated the Demon Lord. And so, what the fuck's happening there? We don't know. We don't know what's going on there. We just know that our dude is out there getting shit done. All right, so great. We'll put an arm on here. We have now completed an arm. I like the sleeves have some mobility here beyond the arm there. That's nice. All right, let's start the other arm. So this episode, there have been some oddness happening with humans. There's some weirdness happening with on the human side, and they decide that the finalists of this tournament are going to have to storm this castle and defeat these mysterious humans that are very strong for some reason. And then we have Vermillo, who is one of the members of the Heavenly Demons. Or the Heavenly Kings, I should say. She's disguised as someone named Anne. And so they're fighting some monsters. A bunch of things happen there. There is Dorsin and Kurnos. And they fight a bunch of monsters. And Helk is not winded at all from fighting all these monsters, and everyone else really is. There's conversations. The other finalists kind of figure out, hey, I think Anne is actually in disguise. And she's just like, no, I'm not. And don't say anything. Let's see. Yeah, so they're like, oh, they might be keeping an eye on Helk. They leave. There are a bunch of other demons that are having a conversation. And they're heading towards this castle. And they're like, we should send some people to help. And they're like, there's no reason to. And then we find out how Helk found out about this tournament is that he fought one of the Heavenly Kings. And he was like respectful and seemed like a pretty good dude. And they're also like, we don't need to send troops because Anne is stronger than all of us. With Vermilio. They're fighting monsters who are New World creatures. That is what they described. Basically, that's the name for mutants. We've introduced the concept of monsters who are abnormally strong. And Helk seems very familiar with these monsters, and we don't know why, because there's just fucking secrets and mystery in this thing. Oh yeah, that's where we get the flashback. That's where Azundra is like, Helk is the real deal, and he's the one that told Helk about the tournament. And he's like, yeah, I mean, if this was a bad guy, he would have just killed me at that moment, but he didn't kill me. Instead, I'm here doing this. And then they get to the castle. There are a bunch of winged knights, and basically whoever kills the captain of it, their leader, is going to be the next demon lord. And everyone starts fighting. And then Hyria runs towards the leader and gets her arm decapitated immediately. Instantly, she just doesn't have an arm. It's a pretty... This show doesn't have, great animation. It has passable animation. That was, immediately oh, cool. All right. They spent a little money on that. It looked good, in my opinion. But it's also, an immediate thing of, oh, shit, these people are stronger than we thought. And that's what we love. So a lot of questions, we still don't know what happened. Why is Helk... Did Helk kill his own brother? Was Helk set up by humanity, and that's why he wants to destroy it? Is this just revenge for what they did? What's up with these winged knights? What's up with this leader of it? I thought for sure that this was a setup by another one of the demons. It still might be a setup. These could be demons in disguise. I don't know. This episode wasn't as funny. I mean, there's a whole scene where Helk is fine and then knocks over a statue and they have to repair the statue of and it's there's a whole song and dance there. This episode wasn't as funny as some others in the season, or in the series, I should say. It's a pretty enjoyable show. If you have High Dive, I would say that it's worth checking out. because there's not a lot on High Dave that I'm really loving this season. So I think this is one of the better ones. So yeah, I can't say it comes with my highest recommendation, but I do like what Helk is doing. I don't necessarily love Helk, but I like Helk. And now we're at the point of the stream where I want to hear from you, friends. What are you watching right now? What are you playing? What's got you interested? What's got you like excited about stuff? What's happening right now in the world of you? For me, I played more of Mars First Logistics yesterday. Yesterday I kind of I made it a personal day. I was doing some internet nonsense. I was doing some like ripping of things and trying some stuff out. But I played a lot of Mars First Logistics as I watched Jeff Grossman stream, basically. While Jeff was streaming, I was playing that. I had a really good time with Mars First Logistics still. Instead of trying to deliver objects, I tried to get good vehicles. I tried to like focus on getting some vehicles that I liked up and running. And then also I focused on unlocking some waypoints and some locations to make my life easier, and like touching some towers. I have found that my controller has drift. My like Xbox knockoff controller has drift only in that game. So I've been using mouse and keyboard to move my vehicles around, and then using the controller for everything else, which I don't love as a solution, but that is the solution that I have come up with. But otherwise, my vehicles, if I use the controller, won't drive in a straight line, and that is incredibly frustrating. So I've been playing that. I'm playing Hearthstone. We got a new expansion of Hearthstone coming out any day now. So that's been fun. And then just been reading manga and watching anime, going through all of that. I'm caught up on a couple things that I've been like letting pile up. Jujutsu Kaisen I'm caught up on, which is still good. It doesn't feel as good as the second part of the first season. As far as this adaptation, I think it is fine. It is just not as good as others have been. So, it's not my favorite, but I'm liking it. I'm going to read what y'all have been saying. Ghost Valve says, still murdering numbers. I mean murder by numbers. Yes, I have not. I own that game now. Still haven't tried it, but I own it. Dirty says, playing through Final Fantasy 14. Hoping some cool news for tomorrow FanFest opening. Nice. I watched the first episode of the Twisted Metal show, and it might be an all-right show. I watched like 10 minutes of that, and I can't get past the idea, maybe 15 minutes of it. I really can't get past the idea that that's Will Arnett's voice coming out of Samoa Joe's body. And I should be able to look at that and go, yeah, no, that's fine, whatever. But I just know that's Samoa Joe, and I know that's not Will Arnett walking around. And it's weird. It's just weird. And it shouldn't be weird, but it is weird. It's just, yeah. It shouldn't be an odd thing. I should be totally cool with it, but I am not totally cool with it. I would like to be. I'm just not. It's very charming and deals with several continuous plots. Oh, well, I just found out about a manga that's been going to become an anime next year called Tonari no Yoki-san. It's a slice of life in a community where humans and yokai live together. It's very charming and it deals with several continuous plots. Ooh, that does sound fun. That sounds like an anime that I will check out, and that is sounding like a fun concept. Yeah, that sounds neat. I should investigate that. I like that idea. Like a slice of life with some yokai and stuff. Nathan Explosion has been playing Remnant 2, caught up on season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen, and damn it if Mappa hasn't restored my confidence. So like that's the thing, right? I'm never not excited about Mappa. right? It's just that the source material, people are way more. Some people are vocally more upset with where Jujutsu Kaisen goes in the manga than I am. I like it more than some people do, but I also can acknowledge that it, like, the source material isn't as good over time. Um, but I'm still excited to check it out. You're right, Lashberg. It is weird that you would hire Samoa Joe to not talk. That you would hire Samoa Joe, a great talker and actor, to be just a body in a show. Like Steve Agee is a phenomenal stand-up comedian and comedic actor, and he is not King Shark in the Suicide Squad. He is the body of King Shark. He plays another character in that show with the John Cena show. He plays another character in it, but he's also the body of King Shark. And it's just like, you should just have Steve be King Shark. Like, you didn't have to do the other thing that you did, which is have someone, a famous person, voice it. Seems weird. There's a post on ANN about it, Anime News Network, about this manga coming to anime. And the manga is available through the usual sources. Nice, okay. Ariston says, I finished Viewfinder, which is a wonderful first-person puzzle game. Pikmin 4 continues to be fun. My wife and I are going on a trip this weekend for our 50th birthdays. Damn, I'm old. Aristovan, happy birthday. Enjoy your trip. I'm excited for you and your wife having a great trip. Ron Funches is the voice of King Shark in the cartoon, the Harley Quinn cartoon, and is a great King Shark. In Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, the voice of King Shark, or the Suicide Squad movies, the voice of King Shark is Sylvester Stallone. And the body person, the person wearing the rigging to be King Shark, the physical embodiment is Steve Agee. But yes, I will certainly accept Ron Funches as canonical King Shark, but that is cartoon King Shark, not live action King Shark. And if you're saying, wait, I thought like there was a unification project going on where like the person that does this does that and all that, and it's like, I think that's DC said they wanted to do that, but then they haven't done that because that's actually, hey, guess what? It turns out that's fucking hard. The idea was like, because Peacemaker is going to be in Mortal Kombat, and that's just John Cena. It's just John Cena. But some people don't want to do all of that. They don't actually want to be the body double and the actor and do all the voices and do all that and all the games. And even if their contracts say they're going to do all that, they're famous enough that they don't have to. I'm sure Ron Funches would love to be King Shark in everything because it would be money and fun. But that is less likely. It's more likely that there'll just be multiples. I mean, also that like the Harley Quinn cartoon doesn't count in the greater DC universe, which is its own issue, which makes sense because it is definitely weird, but also maybe they don't need to all be interconnected. Maybe you don't need to do all of that. Maybe they can just be a thing and exist and be fine. I don't know. All right, I'm going to panel line this real quick, and then we're going to wrap things up with the stream here. We got a lot done. We're going to finish this kit up on Saturday because all we have left is the legs. We got to build the legs and the feet. Yes, and also Haru. But Haru won't take long to build. There's no weapons to build. We just got to build Haru. And then I got to put in the hands. I got to take out one of these hands and put in the hand that can hold Haru. Because, of course, if this kit can hold a ball, it's going to hold a ball. So we'll do that. That'll be Saturday. And then maybe we'll start some... I think we'll have time to get into some Mold King at least open up that box on Saturday. We did get these stickers done. They turned out way better than I could have imagined, and I think they actually look phenomenal. I'm very pleased with how these turned out. And then, yeah, we still have to do... We got to assemble some legs. This girl needs legs. It's important. Legs are important. So we'll get Suletta some legs in the next stream. Right now, a thing we're going to do is we are going to go and raid somebody. We're going to find somebody out there doing cool shit. We always end with a raid because there are people out there doing... Goofcat raided us. The least we could do is go raid another fun person out there doing some cool shit and go hang out with them and see what they're up to. So let's see. Who is streaming right now? Puppet Jared is probably going to end soon, and we want to make sure that sometimes Puppet Jared raids us, so we want to get out of here while we can. Who is streaming? I don't think we've raided my friend P2 in a while. P2 is great. Mitch, fantastic person. Mitch is playing Hi-Fi Rush, which is just a fun game that I think Mitch seems to like quite a bit. So we're going to go raid Mitch. Feel free to come along on this raid. Again, obviously you don't have to if you don't want to, but it's nice to go hang out with my boy Mitch. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I hope you come along on this raid. I hope you come back on Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern as I continue working on this kit. My plans tomorrow are I'm going to do a bunch of work. I'm going to get prepped to shoot a video on Saturday, and then I'm going to watch a lot of wrestling tomorrow night, which is my general Friday plan. I hope you have a great weekend. Hope you come on this raid. Hope to see you in the future. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.